wrestling fans, and welcome to another exciting edition of Gotmark76 this week. I do not know where to begin. We have lots of major announcements. We are going to start with one that affects the future of Gotmark76 this week. We do not know if this is true. We do not have anything to report other than speculation that changes may be coming to the Gotmark76 universe. We have heard rumors, and again, these are rumors. I cannot back these statements up. We have heard rumors that a major player has reached out to Vince McMahon, to Vern Gagne, to Fritz Von Erich, and to Jim Crockett Jr. about purchasing all of those wrestling promotions. There would be a true monopoly of professional wrestling. Again, this is a rumor. We heard it, but our sources are those that are trustworthy enough that I felt comfortable to say that we do not know what the future of Gotmark76 this week will bring, but it's a story that we will stay close to, and we will pass on anything that we find out. Of course, the major news in the world of wrestling is that last week, during the week, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, defeated Nature Boy Ric Flair for the NWA World Heavyweight title. That match was scheduled to take place between the Total Package Lex Luger and Ric Flair, but the Four Horsemen jumped Lex Luger in the parking lot, injuring Lex Luger, so he could not participate in that match. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, took Lex Luger's place and has won the NWA World title. Now, it's all speculation, but we know, we've seen this before. It was just last month when the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and Nikita Koloff won the U.S. Tag Team Championships, and Dusty Rhodes, being the NWA World Television Champion, was forced by Jim Crockett Jr. to give up one of those championships. He chose to stay U.S. Tag Team Champions with Nikita Koloff. Now, that's all fine and great, but this is the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, arguably the richest prize in the sport, and one has to at least think that Dusty Rhodes is going to forego the U.S. Tag Team Championship, and that not only affects the American Dream, but that also affects his tag team partner. And speaking of Russian Nightmare Nikita Koloff and the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, they will be in our main event tonight when they defend the U.S. Tag Team Championships against the Varsity Club of Dr. Death Steve Williams and Captain Mike Rotunda. Now, again, we have not heard an official announcement, but we saw it before. We are expecting that announcement to come any day now, and that Dusty Rhodes will have to choose between being World Heavyweight Champion and U.S. Tag Team Champions, and I think 9 out of 10 of us would probably choose the World Heavyweight title, so additional strain on the relationship, possibly, of the superpowers. We are also going to see on today's program 2 big men go at it from the World Wrestling Federation when the one-man gang tangles with newcomer Bam Bigelow, but we are going to start today's program with a matchup of epic proportions as Stan the Lariat Hanson tangles with Abdullah the Butcher. Let's head down the ringside. And there's the bell, away we go. And Abdullah the Butcher with a big knee takes down Hanson. Abdullah with a big stomp has Hanson. What's he have in store here? Slams Hanson down to the mat, goes for the cover. Abdullah trying to put this match away early. Kick out at 1 by Hanson. And a big chop by Abdullah. Big kick to the midsection. These 2 men no strangers to each other. They have battled each other all over the world. Japan, Puerto Rico. And they now find themselves here in Las Vegas. And Abdullah slams the head of Stan Hanson into the top turnbuckle. And now Abdullah going for a submission maneuver on Stan Hanson. Will this be enough to put away the madman from Borger, Texas? Can Hanson escape? He can. but the damage may be done. You can see him holding his lower back. Abdullah now in trouble with a DDT by Hanson. And Hanson's now back in this matchup, and as I say that, Abdullah back in control. Abdullah working the left arm, a wise maneuver, the same arm that Stan Hanson uses to nail that lariat, that left-handed lariat. And now a nice maneuver by Stan Hanson, slamming the face of Abdullah the Butcher to the mat. And Hanson now back in control. Oh, big left, another big left, a chop and an elbow. Hanson in control, and another DDT plants Abdullah the Butcher. We weren't going to see arm drags and headlocks. This was going to be a fight, and that's what we're getting here as Hanson goes for the cover, but Abdullah the Butcher too close to the ropes. And Abdullah with an open hand slap, another chop, has Hanson down in the corner. Abdullah the Butcher being shoved back and shoved down by Stan Hanson. Not too many men can do that. And Hanson now back in control, picks up Abdullah, go around in a belly-to-back suplex, up and over goes Abdullah, and not too many men can do that either. And that might be all. Hanson positioning Abdullah, has to carry that dead weight to the center of the ring, goes for the cover, hooks the leg, referee counts 1, 2, and a kick out of 2 by Abdullah the Butcher, who somehow is still alive in this matchup. And Hanson now working the arm of Abdullah, lines him a big elbow across the forehead. And now Hanson working the neck of Abdullah. Abdullah trying to escape, and a big right hand breaks the maneuver. A back and forth matchup here in the AWA. As Abdullah now, and Abdullah slams the head of Hanson down. And now Abdullah back in control. And Abdullah drops the elbow across the chest. Does not go, he goes for the cover now. Hooks the leg. Hanson's in trouble. 1, 2, and a kick out of 2. And Stan Hanson is in a world of trouble. Abdullah looking to put away Hanson, runs off the ropes and a big elbow drop. That could be all. Abdullah goes for the cover, referee counts 1, 2, and no, a kick out again by Hanson. Abdullah questioning the count with the official, but it was 2, and Hanson now trying to make a comeback and nails it. The lariat nails Abdullah the Butcher, referee counts 1, 2, and a kick out of 2 by Abdullah. What a match this has been between these two men. Hanson showing off his guns, not something he's known for. Got to work on that taunt. And now Hanson firing away on Abdullah the Butcher, and again slams the head of Abdullah face first to the mat. And again, no headlocks, just a straight fisticuffs to the forehead. Say that 5 times fast, and Hanson now picks up Abdullah, who walked in to a knee. Abdullah now has Hanson in a Cobra clutch slam down to the mat goes Hanson. Will that be enough? Abdullah on top. 1, 2, and no, a kick out of 2 by Hanson. Both of these men are bringing it in this match, and a big elbow drop by Abdullah. Hanson's not moving. Abdullah goes for the cover again. 1, 2, and 3. What a match. And Abdullah the Butcher victorious here. Here are some highlights. A back and forth match that could have gone either way. And a great angle there for that replay. But your winner, Abdullah the Butcher, he of course a top contender to Kerry Von Erich's World Class Heavyweight Championship. And Stan Hanson, who was in the top 5 contenderships for the AWA World title, well, he won't stay there for too much longer if he keeps losing matches. The Butcher. Don't go away. Much more wrestling action after this timeout. So Abdullah the Butcher keeps up his winning streak, and Stan Hanson, unfortunately for him, keeps on his losing streak. Abdullah the Butcher moving up the rankings for the World Class Heavyweight title, of course currently held by Kerry Von Erich. The AWA World Heavyweight Championship currently held by Kurt Hennig, and he has had many top contenders vie for his opportunity, including gentleman Chris Adams, and most recently, Kevin Von Erich. Very interesting times in World Class Championship Wrestling. We are going to shift our focus over to the World Wrestling Federation. Andre the Giant continues to defend the World Heavyweight Championship by taking care of all challengers. And two men that we are going to see in action today are hopefully moving up the rankings to earn a future shot. Bam Bigelow just arrived on the scene just a few weeks ago, and he is already making waves in the most positive way possible. And of course, the one-man gang, part of Slick's army, with the Big Boss Man, the Twin Towers of the one-man gang and the Big Boss Man, moving up the rankings in tag team action, but we are seeing the one-man gang in solo action tonight against the newcomer. And Bam Bigelow is making an impression rather quickly. It's only a matter of time before this man gets a title opportunity, whether it be against Ravishing Rick Rude or Andre the Giant. But keep your eyes on this man. We are going to send it down the ringside as Bam Bigelow takes on the one-man gang. And welcome back to Wrestling Challenge, as this big matchup between these two big behemoths, the one-man gang and Bam Bigelow. And so far, the one-man gang in control in the very early going of this matchup. One-man gang has the size and the weight advantage, but Bam Bigelow's no slouch. He's strong, powerful, big himself. And he's a newcomer on the scene here in the World Wrestling Federation. And a bulldog takes down the one-man gang. And now Bigelow going to work on the one-man gang, has a submission maneuver. Nicely done on the part of the newcomer Bigelow. The referee asking if the gang wants to submit. The one-man gang able to muscle his way out of the maneuver with a series of elbows. And now the one-man gang with a scoop slam. Look at the power of the one-man gang, and drops Bam head first into the top turnbuckle. And an elbow drop for good measure. And the one-man gang in control. Both of these wrestlers looking to make an impact in the Intercontinental title rankings. The one-man gang currently number 5. Bam Bigelow is unranked right now. But a victory over the one-man gang should catapult him into the top 5. And a nice maneuver by Bam Bigelow takes down the one-man gang. And now Bigelow working the arm of the one-man gang. Notice that at ringside that the Dr. Style Slick is not there, but Bigelow up on the top rope and a big splash, missed. And the one-man gang using his experience to move out of the way of that one. One-man gang is alone. Dr. Style Slick is not at ringside. The Josh Soul Bro might be working with the Big Boss Man for his big matchup later on tonight against Hulk Hogan. And now the one-man gang going to work on Bam Bigelow. Bigelow in trouble here. And a series of fists to the head of the tattooed one, Bam Bigelow. And now the one-man gang, going for a side slam, blocked by Bigelow. Nicely done. And now Bigelow trying to make a comeback. Picks up the one-man gang. Throws him into the top turnbuckle, shoves him down to the side. And now Bigelow with a headbutt on the one-man gang. And now Bigelow climbing the top rope, but Gang getting back to his feet. Gang see Owen. Bigelow jumps over the one-man gang. Nicely done. I thought he was in trouble. I thought he was caught. But Bigelow leaped over the one-man gang, showing the agility for such a big man. But now the one-man gang with a backbreaker on Bam Bigelow. Of course, Ravishing Rick Rude paying attention to this matchup as these men trying to contend for the title that he holds. As the one-man gang making a comeback here, picks up Bam Bigelow up on the shoulders, but Bigelow escaping the maneuver. And now Bigelow has the one-man, he's setting him up. And what is this maneuver? No, oh, a slam down, nicely done by Bigelow. Bigelow on the outside, he's climbing the top rope. He's gonna leap and nails a headbutt off the top rope. Is that, and he does not go for a cover. Bigelow picks up the one-man gang, up on his shoulder. Oh, here it comes. Oh, a spike pile driver. The Bam Bam driver hooks the leg. 1, 2, and 3. And your winner, Bam Bam Bigelow. Fans, we may have just witnessed a new challenger to the Intercontinental title, as this victory may have leapfrogged Bam Bam Bigelow into serious title contention with a victory over number 5 contender, the one-man gang. So Bam Bam Bigelow with a very impressive victory over the one-man gang, and if I am Ravishing Rick Rude or Andre the Giant, I'm keeping one eye on my title and the other on this young, rising superstar, Bam Bam Bigelow. Well, I made mention at the top of the program that the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, has won the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, but he is also currently one half of the U.S. Tag Team Champions with his partner Nikita Koloff. Now, we have seen in recent weeks Nikita's uncle Ivan try to mend fences while also saying that the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is a very selfish person, only caring about Dusty Rhodes himself. Well, something happened on the way to the arena where the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, got inserted into this world title opportunity last Wednesday night in Chicago, and he took full advantage, and now he's likely going to have to make a decision to keep either the World Heavyweight title or the U.S. Tag Team Championship. Oh, and by the way, he still has to defend the U.S. Tag Team titles, and that match is next. Our big feature match this week on Gotmark76 as the Superpowers defend the U.S. Tag Team Championship against the Varsity Club. Let's head down to ringside. And that is what we're fighting for here. The U.S. Tag Team Championship, of course. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, also the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. The introductions being made. The Varsity Club were supposed to get this opportunity in Chicago that night. It was set to be a Chicago street fight. It was Dusty Rhodes who came to the aid of the Total Package Lex Luger in the parking lot. Dusty said he happened to go outside to collect his thoughts, overheard the Horsemen, specifically Ric Flair and Barry Windham, jump Lex Luger, and simply just came to Luger's rescue. He had no idea that he would be inserted into that world title opportunity. But that's how the cards played out. The U.S. Tag Team titles were not defended that night. And if you're Ivan Koloff with his mentality, telling Nikita that Dusty Rhodes only cares about himself and is taking money out of Nikita's pocket, well, you can make that argument that Dusty Rhodes did that. I mean, again, I don't think it was intentional. You have an opportunity to win the world title, you're going to take it. And Dusty did. And now Rotunda working over Nikita. Nikita back to his feet. And and a big axe handle takes down Nikita. The Superpowers are in trouble in the early going as Dr. Death and Dusty Rhodes on the outside. And an elbow drop from the top rope by Captain Mike Rotunda. And Nikita Koloff just looks off here. And a fisherman suplex slam. Down goes Nikita. And that may have fired up Nikita. Now he's firing back with a big right hand kick. Has now Rotunda up on his shoulders. and drapes him into the top turnbuckle for a snake eyes. You know, we've seen this before. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the former world television champion, won the U.S. tag team titles with Nikita, and he was told by the vice president of the National Wrestling Alliance, Jim Crockett Jr., that he was going to have to decide which title to vacate, and he chose his singles title. He chose the NWA World Television title. He chose to stay with Nikita Koloff, which is kind of why I find it odd that Uncle Ivan is trying to tell Nikita that Dusty only cares about himself. I can't say I agree with that opinion, but it is that of the Russian bear Ivan Koloff, who says he's only trying to look out for his nephew Nikita. They did not end their relationship on good terms when Nikita Koloff came to the aid of Dusty Rhodes against the Horsemen last year. Now Nikita back in control, rams ahead and kept the mic into the top turnbuckle. Here comes a tag, and Dusty Rhodes back in the match. And some nice double team maneuver on the part of the champions. Double elbow takes down Captain Mike. And we can say till we're blue in the face that Dusty Rhodes has a decision to make of staying the NWA World Champion or one half of the U.S. Tag Team Championship champions. But the Varsity Club has something to say about that in this matchup. And again, they have a little bit of momentum on their side, or shall I say they have a little anger that can be used as momentum on their side, because they did not get that U.S. Tag Team title opportunity thanks in part to the Horsemen's attack on Lex Luger. So that maneuver by the Horsemen having a butterfly effect as Dr. Death goes for the cover, broken up by Nikita. Now all four men in the ring. Referee has to get control here. Oh, and Rotunda throws Nikita into the referee. Wow, some crazy action here. All four men in the ring. This is what happens. Now Dusty working over the lower back of Dr. Death Steve Williams. Of course, the Varsity Club vying here for the U.S. Tag Team Championship, and it will be Kevin Sullivan and Rick Steiner going for the World Tag Team Championship. That match, of course, coming up at Clash of the Champions. So two tag teams, and two top tag teams at that, in the Varsity Club. And this is proving to be one of the most dominant factions here in the NWA, as Nikita has Dr. Death rams his head into the top turnbuckle, makes a tag. Here comes Dusty. And again, double teamwork on the part of the Superpowers with another double elbow. Down goes Dr. Death. Rotunda going for the tag. Dr. Death too far away. Oh, and Dr. Death making a comeback. Has a front face lock on Dusty Rhodes. Picks him up in a brain buster. Down goes Dusty. That could be all. We could have the U.S. tag. No. Williams makes a tag, and I can't blame him for that. He was just delivered a brain buster. Did not go for the cover. I can blame him for that. And Rotunda now going to work on the legs. Look at this maneuver by Captain Mike Rotunda, and stomps the head of Dusty Rhodes to the mat. That could be all. We could have new U.S. Tag Team Champions. Rotunda rolls over Rhodes, goes for the cover. Referee position one, and broken up by Nikita. Oh, and taken down by Dr. Death. Dr. Death took out Nikita. All four men back in the ring. Nikita's hurt. Dr. Death took out Nikita, and Captain Mike working the arm of Dusty, and now Captain Mike with a submission maneuver on Dusty Rhodes. Can Dusty Rhodes escape? And Rotunda lets him out of it, but Dusty's in pain. He's reeling in pain. And Rotunda going for another. This is a crossface. Has it locked in. Can Dusty Rhodes escape? He cannot. Dusty Rhodes just tapped out. Fans, if I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it. The American Dream Dusty Rhodes submitted to a crossface by Captain Mike Rotunda. We have new U.S. Tag Team Champions.
Here are your winners.
Fans, I do not believe it.
United States Tag
I mean, I just mentioned part of this match that Dusty Rhodes may have a decision to make. That decision was taken away from him by the Varsity Club, taking full advantage, Perhaps if Dusty Rhodes being on the high of winning the world title, but we have new United States Tag Team Champions. So there we have it, new United States Tag Team Champions of Varsity Club, and Dusty Rhodes at the top of the program was on his way to possibly having to make a very tough decision. Well, guess what? The Varsity Club took that decision away from Dusty Rhodes, and they defeated the Superpowers for the U.S. Tag Team Championship. What a great week of action we had for you this week here on Gotmark76 this week. And again, we do not know what the future of Gotmark76 this week will hold. We don't know if there's any substance to the rumors, but we heard it from a very reliable source that there is somebody who is looking to purchase every single wrestling promotion under the Gotmark76 umbrella. And if that happens, you're talking the largest roster of professional wrestling. I mean, it's the whole sport of professional wrestling, if this rumor is true. So we hope to have more information in the coming days or weeks, and we will be sure to pass it on to you. Thank you so much for joining us here this week, and we will see you next time, hopefully, if there is a next time, on Gotmark76 this week. Goodbye, everyone.